get a chance to organize myself, but where can I sit to talk about this? I have been busy here at the workshop. Look at this gorgeous rose petals. My garden is nuts right now. I don't even know where to look. Okay, so I just want to first start off by saying thank you for joining me. I'm doing this obviously from my, what does that button mean? Oh goodness, okay. Sorry. What have I done here? How do I turn that off? Okay. Ooh, no, I don't want to stop streaming. Normal, okay. Nope, no. Whoa. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I've just pressed something and I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay, I've done it, okay. So, yes, I want to first start off by saying thank you. And I'm doing this from my iPhone because my computer is, no, I can't do it from my computer anymore. And I did order a new one, but guess what? That has already gone back, returned to Apple, because I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it, and I don't know what's going on with Apple, but obviously you guys know that I do a lot of videoing and taking videos and stuff. Well, I opened the photo booth in the new MacBook Air. The graphics and the quality of the video itself is something that resembles the quality of the late 90s. It's such a grainy, poor image, and it's almost laughable. So if you're thinking about getting a new laptop, do not buy the new Apple MacBook Air, because I thought it was something wrong with the laptop, and it's not. I've seen online that a lot of people are reporting this issue, and yeah, what do you do? I sent it back. Within 10 minutes of me opening it from the box, packed it all back up and booked it. And not only that, it took 2 bookings to have them come and pick it up, because Australia Post won't accept it. Anyway, enough with the technical drama. These are only small hiccups in the grand scheme of things. We are here on planet Earth, and it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. Many, many things are going on in the world, and the most important thing is that you are doing what you love, and you are in a place most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time you're in a place of peace, and you're enjoying your days. You are doing the things that you love. Because obviously when I say, at a place of peace, we live in Earth. We live on Earth, and there's a lot going on, and it takes a careful and delicate maneuvering throughout daily life to continually remain centered and grounded, because challenges come up. People come up that challenge us, situations come up that challenge us. Daily life, there are lots of challenges, and it's important to always maintain your centered self, your grounded self. And, sorry, I want to pull my sleeve up, so you're going to see my finger for a minute. To do this centering every day, morning and night, go outside, put your feet on the bare earth, let Mother Earth nurture you, allow the electrons from the planet, from the earth, to be absorbed back into your body. Because the problem is, a lot of the reason why people are short-circuiting is because people forget. We are electrical beings, and we need to be grounded. We need to be grounded, we need to be earthed, and that means grounding to the earth. And that means not with socks or shoes, putting your bare feet on the earth and allowing your body to ground, absorbing those electrons to come up and heal and alkalize and balance your body for the day. And you know what? Spend some time in nature. slow down. There is nothing more important than grounding yourself and getting the right foot off to start your day, because if you don't work, nothing else will work around you, and you don't want to be throwing that energy out. So let me show you where I'm grounding every day. It's just so glorious out here right now. This is the beautiful thing about doing a live stream. Let's turn this around. Oh, it's bright out here. Welcome to Elnor Gardens. Look at this. My gorgeous roses over there. It is just singing. I'm out here every day for hours. Butterflies. Hey, honey. Look. Oh, life is just, it's just crazy. And then I got my Persian ones over here. I mean, obviously everything is so small, but let me tell you, you can see the butterflies over in the roses. I have had such an abundance of growth since the beginning of spring to now. We had so much rain. There are so many earthly things happening right now. Can you believe it? Last night, so I was actually sleeping in here last night. I get the most soundest sleep sleeping up against this rock and in this bed and in this position. So I'm sleeping last night, obviously. I wake up at 4 a.m. to the absolute God Almighty rumble of Mother Earth. Yes, an earthquake. Earthquake at 4 a.m., 3.4. I know it's not huge, but let me tell you, this house was shaking. The walls were shaking. I ran outside so damn fast, out onto the balcony, and I put my hands on the balcony rail, and I'm feeling her shaking beneath me. And I'm just saying, let it out, Mother Earth, let it out. Let yourself go. Let yourself do what you need to do. And it was just so surreal, because at that time, the moon was setting in the west, and it was this golden amber color. I can see Aldebaran, I can see Orion, I can see Sirius. I mean, it was just so surreal and so weird and so amazing. And I would have to say, I mean, there have been several earthquakes here, but that is by far the strongest. And the epicenter was only 10 kilometers east from me. So, girl felt that. And Mother Earth, I felt her. And it just makes you feel so small and so humbled. Like to see the wall shaking, and just, the sound, if you've ever experienced an earthquake, I mean, obviously, not all of us have experienced a very dramatic one, but, even like a medium-sized one like this one, that sound of Mother Earth moaning is like 100 jet engines just roaring underground. It's the most incredible thing. Oh my goodness. So I was woken up by that, and I went out, and I'm out there barefoot, and I'm grounding, and I'm, really solidifying my connection to the earth. So, and this is the most important thing at this time. I really want to put this camera down, but I'm trying to find a spot where you guys can see me, and it's the light isn't hindering. How about if I put this here? Is this gonna work? Sorry, let me just see if I can. Oh, thank you. I'll get to your comments and stuff in a minute, but I'm just trying to see if I can balance. I'm gonna use a bit of fluoride here, double terminated. See if I can get this. Oh. Balanced. Sorry about the hardware, logistical. Oh, no, I don't think that's gonna work. Or maybe it is. Is that gonna work? Oh, there's too much light. Sorry, guys. Perhaps, I may just come back over here, I think. So, yeah, so this is kind of leading into what I want to talk about today. And I know my live streams are sporadic, but it's so intuitively guided. Okay, how about here? Can I get over here so that lights? It's a bit of a nuisance, isn't it? Goodness, where can I go? It's just so, it's kind of hindering. I should have had this all worked out before I went live, but I kind of wanted to come in. I'm looking at the window because I see my postman. And I've actually ordered, and I didn't realize you could do it, but I've ordered, and I've had to order some ladybugs because I have so many roses now, the aphids are going mental on my roses. And you can actually buy larvae online, and so by the time it arrives, it's only taken like 2 or 3 days to post, which is, really quick. The larvae is ready to eat, and I have so many aphids, and I totally respect the cycles of life, and I respect the aphids, but they are destroying my roses. And I'm just going to let nature take its course. How's that? And I'm just watching my postman because he may actually pull up. Excuse me. And he may have to drop off my ladybugs to me. How's that? Goodness gracious. Guys, I am so sorry. So there may be an interruption because I may have to go and sign something with him. Oh my God. Acid battery. Fantastic. Sorry, I've got a torch here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take this off. Sorry. I've taken the cover off. How about if I can just sit it here? Oh, it's a bit delicate, but may work. Is this going to work? Okay, how's that? Can we do this? It's a balancing act. You're balancing up against a pot plant. Okay, good. Thanks, Jeremy. Goodness. Okay, so grounding. And I felt really compelled to share this, the rumbles of Mother Earth, because Whitney, hello, honey. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Hey, Joey. Oh, I missed you too, honey. I feel really inspired to do this and talk about this because everyone wants a different way of living. Everyone wants a beautiful way of living. And there is so much distraction happening in the world right now. There is so much challenge, that in order to make way for this new flow of living and this new age to come in. And I have said for years, it is not going to be seamless. It cannot be seamless because there is so much that needs to come to the surface, that needs to be dealt with. Now look, I've got to go meet my postman. I'm going to bring you my ladybugs. Hold on. Sorry guys, just give me 5 minutes. up quickly because I don't want them not in their natural environment. Okay. Oh, here they are. Aphid. They're grown. I'm going to let these little bugs out. Not here, but I'm going to give them some air. They've obviously been traveling a long while and they need some fresh. There's plenty of larvae in there. I actually thought they were going to be larvae. Anyway, so the ladybirds, can you see them? Are from my aphids. And after this live stream, I'm going to put, I've got a house because I do want to breed. I don't want to put all of them out in there. So I've got a big, massive, porous kind of air container full of dirt and leaves with aphids. So the larvae can, whatever's in there, can eat that. And the adult ones can mate and give me some more ladybugs. So, you know, I don't like to confine any animals, but with aphids like this, you know, like I could easily use chemicals and sprays and things, but I want nature to, you know, I want to handle this in a ethical and natural way. So, yeah, so these are my little ladybugs. Thank you, girls and boys. You're going to be very happy at Elnor Gardens eating the aphids. So they've sowed 2 or 3 days and they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. I'm going to give them some fresh food after this live stream. So anyway, so I just wanted to talk about this, the resistance and the distraction that is happening in the world. Nothing is going to be seamless when there is going to be massive, massive changes and transitions in any evolutionary process. And I know everybody wishes for a beautiful life and a wonderful life, and that is so attainable. It is so attainable. However, you have got to be willing to put in the effort to creating that life, and that means, usually it means, I say usually because there could be some people that are already living like this, but it means from, you know, from the microcosmic level to the macrocosmic level, everything must be changed about you in terms of your living style, in terms of the way you think, in terms of the way you know, the energetic footprint that you're leaving. Basically, creating a very harmonious, conducive way of living in harmony with the planet Earth. To me, the golden age represents becoming one with the Earth, becoming peaceful, just being one with nature, being one with Mother Earth, no longer having a separation between Mother Earth and humans. So, you know, like, and that takes effort. That takes a real effort. It takes a real, it takes a real effort. It takes a real effort for that change to happen. And it starts from you making the daily changes, because those changes you make on a daily basis, you are basically forming and molding the future that is to come for you. So let me say that throughout this procession of the equinox, like the progression of the age of Aquarius, there are going to be a lot of people that will not be conducive, that will still have these traits that are not conducive with being a part of an intergalactic world, you know, because that's what we want to be. We want to be not separate from everything else. We are a planet in chains. You know, when you know just the scope of what is happening outside of this planet, and the life prolific outside of this planet, you will realize we have been lied to. We have been kept in the dark. We have basically been a slave planet for so many years. And it is about time that that is changed. And it starts with us. It starts with us allowing ourselves to reclaim our power, recognize our sovereignty as beings, and not looking up to someone, or someone believing that they are above us, or even you believing that they are above you. It is claiming your sovereignty as a divine being of the cosmos back. It is learning to live in harmony. It is clearing. It's clearing from the inside out, and that clearing can take years. But you will see, with what's being orchestrated in the world right now, it's going to get more ugly before it gets more beautiful. As in, on a general scale, if you're involved with the earth, there's going to be a lot of things that need to get to the surface. But that doesn't mean your life has to be ugly in that way. You know, your reality is what you make it. At least for me here on Elnor, my life is beautiful every day. You know, I mean, obviously life isn't perfect. I have my challenges for sure out here, but I make the most of the situation I'm in. And the more I am in alignment with the love frequency and connecting with Mother Earth, the more I feel and that I know I am at my central integral part. Does that make sense? So, you know, the more I'm out nurturing and growing and creating with nature, listening to Mother Earth, the more my abilities are heightened, the more insight I get to the universe and existence in general. Everything is just, I feel like I know, and I'm having revealed to me the secrets of the universe by looking at the microcosmic life, by looking at the earth. Let me tell you, my manifesting abilities are so in tune right now. It's crazy how, like, I'll know, like, I mean, obviously, you know, being clairvoyant, you have insight anyway, but I'm talking about without a shadow of doubt. Like, I'll know when someone's going to call me that day. Like, for example, I hadn't heard from someone in months, and I had the thought pop into my mind when I was out digging the other day that I was going to get a call from this person, and I forgot all about it. And that night, this person called me. I hadn't heard from them in months, ages. And that's just, the frequency of that happening is so much now. It's so much. I mean, obviously, clairvoyance allows you that window into, you know, the other energetic realms that bleed and slip in and through us. They are us. We are that energetic realm. We are that because we are energy. But being that we are denser than the energy fields around us, we always feel like that's another world, but it's not another world. We are so fluid. We are so, we can be so conducive if we just allow ourselves to be and allow ourselves to immerse in nature every single day. Take your shoes and socks off and plant your feet in the earth. That's the most important thing. Ground your body. Electronics and devices, turn it off. Turn it off. You'll find, you know, my social media, my Instagram, I don't post so much on Andulairah. Every now and then I'll post on Elnor Gardens, but I'm very sporadic with posting, you know, because I'm just not using it. There'll be times where I feel like I want to connect with society, and then there are times where I just want to completely remove myself. It all depends. It all depends. And so I always act on that intuition. It's always very It's always very sporadic because it's always fundamentally intuitive. And so this is what I mean by allowing yourself as beings of divinity, allowing yourselves to breathe, immerse in nature, and not being so hung up on the stresses of life, such as money, such as jobs, such as feeling like you have to be doing something. You don't have to be doing anything. You know, you will be doing more for yourself, spending a whole day doing nothing, you know, walking out in the garden and conversing with nature, than what you've done in a year sitting in an office or in a job, sitting there waiting, you know, for a paycheck, you know, still being involved with an economy that's so unfair, it's so unethical, it's so unjustified, and it's only serving those few that put it in place in the first place. And I don't want to be a part of that. The more you separate yourself from that way of living, the more you realize how much of a game it's been, and how much it's just so unjustified and so imbalanced. How can it be balanced? How can money be right? How can the world be right when in this day and age, in 2020, we still have people that are starving to death, people that don't have proper housing, people that don't have a quality of living? How can we allow that to be possible in this day and life, in this day and age, I should say? You know, it really is. It's incredible. So, but because we're so used to it, because we're so used to seeing it, like people don't question it. People don't question it. It's just, there are so many ills, there are so many injustices, and I could go on a whole other tangent, but the main thing is what you can do is change your life and control the way you live your life and control what energy it is that you put out in the world. And so, you know, obviously we need some type of money to survive. I mean, it's just the world we live in. We live in this world of having to pay to live on a planet we were born on. As ridiculous as that sounds to me, it's the truth. And we need something in order to make an exchange to get some food. If you cannot grow it, we need money to pay bills. We need money to, unless you can completely make yourself off-grid, detached from the economy, then you don't need money. And if you have a annual supply of vegetables and homegrown produce, then fantastic. I mean, I am inspired by you. But for the most of us, you know, we need some money to survive. And I think most of you would agree with me that we need something. But most of us are not pining to be wealthy financially or pining to have $1 million in the bank. I think most of us would agree that so long as we have a comfortable life and that our families are comfortable, the children we have are taken care of, I think most people will agree that that's what is most important to them. You know, I think that's the most important thing. I think most people simply want what I want, is just a good quality of life. Obviously, there are those that do feel like they need more money and more money and more money, and once they have it, it's not enough, and they need more and more and more. Social media doesn't do any favors for that. You know, there is nothing wrong with refined living, but it's the gluttony and the consumerist type of mentality behind it that is, I feel, detrimental. So, you know, obviously we need a little bit to survive on, but the more I remove myself away from that mentality of needing to work to survive, no, you don't need anything. You don't need to work to survive. I mean, I believe in a bartering system. I believe, you know, we can absolutely barter and do you know what I mean? Like, so, like, people have so many skills and so many amazing things, amazing qualities about themselves that have no tertiary education. And it's a shame that the world, again, this is another economist type of thing, that we need to have tertiary education in order to be recognized for our skills and abilities. And I'm not, obviously, I am a microbiology undergrad student. I am not denouncing the efficacy of what a tertiary education can offer. However, I know that I feel quite skilled without a degree, but we know in this day and age, having a tertiary degree is going to give an advantage in a career type position, or at least your value, quote unquote value, in that world is more acknowledged when you have tertiary education. I mean, obviously, I'm doing a tertiary degree because I enjoy the subjects that I'm studying. I am moving with it at my own pace, and I'm studying microbiology. Let me tell you, there are no microbiology jobs going where I'm living here. So it's more for my own understanding about the microcosmic world. And by God, let me tell you, getting into this, I'm actually got my exams on November the 4th, which is for medical immunology and virology. That is my unit for my exams. And I have learned so much, and I find I'm so fascinated by viruses and pathogens and mycology, the study of fungus and how fungus is the original network, as Mr. Stamets said, fungi is the original network, the original web, how fungi, mycelium, webs and connects the entire communication and energetic framework for everything in living existence on this planet. It's phenomenal. But anyway, so it all really is subjective to your own perspective at the end of the day. But the most important thing, in order, or at least what I believe, from higher intuition, and what resonates with me most, is developing your connection with the earth. I know I go on and on and on about it, but I cannot stress to you enough that this connection with the earth will give you the most glorious, the most richest, the most fulfilling, the most healed, the most balanced, the most happiest and peaceful way of living on this planet. There is no other way. How good do you feel when you walk through a forest, or when you walk through a garden of flowers and seeing life just proliferate everywhere? It's just, it's so prolific. It's so abundant. I mean, it does something, doesn't it? It feels so good. And I know just from that feeling alone that this is the Lemurian way, the Atlantean way. This is the golden age of living, is reestablishing your connection with the earth, and Mother Earth, and just nature in general. And oh my gosh, I could go on and on and on. But I feel, the ladybugs here they're looking a lot, they're looking calmer now. They're looking happy in here. Well, I wouldn't say they're happy, but I think being around my energy, I feel like they're calmer. They're going to go out in the garden, and I'm going to put some in this container that I've made for them. It's a big, container. I've got plenty of room, plenty of food. So I feel I must go out and do that. I'll just quickly check. Oops, sorry, guys. I'm seeing your chats. Top chats, live chats, all messages are visible. Thank you so much. I don't know how to access these chats right now. Whoops. No, I don't want to cancel. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to get back in the comments later on because I really want to get these little girls and boys out in the garden. So, yeah, I'm going to finish it here. This live stream was kind of impromptu, but I really felt the need to come on and you know, talk to you about this. You know, keep reinforcing it and encouraging you guys wherever you are on the planet to create the life that you want. And that means, you know, and I will say, becoming at one with Mother Earth is so integral in that relationship and that new way of living. It has to be. We cannot live without nature. And if we keep going the way we're going, we are for sure on a path of extinction. And so we must learn to become integrated and become one with Mother Earth again. So this is why I keep harping on and going on about it. So, deep breath. May you always be blessed by the supreme truth and love of the cosmos, of our planet. I love you guys, and I will check in with you a bit later. I love you. Whoop, now how do I turn this off? Oh my gosh. I've got it.